What if I told you that most people doing endurance training are actually making it harder on themselves than it needs to be? You're probably one of them. Today I'm going to completely change how you think about building your endurance, and by the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap that will transform your fitness journey forever. Look, I get it. You see these marathon runners, cyclists, and swimmers who seem to have unlimited energy, and you think you need to suffer through brutal workouts every single day to get there. That's exactly what I thought when I started my endurance journey 3 years ago. I was doing everything wrong, burning myself out and getting nowhere fast. But here's the truth that nobody talks about. Endurance isn't built through pain and suffering. It's built through smart, consistent training that works with your body, not against it. And the best part? It's actually easier than you think once you understand the fundamental principles. First, let's destroy the biggest myth in endurance training. You do not need to go hard every single workout. In fact, if you're doing that, you're sabotaging your progress. The magic number that elite endurance athletes follow is the 80-20 rule. 80% of your training should feel easy, almost conversational. 20% should be challenging. Think about this for a second. If you're breathing so hard you can't hold a conversation during most of your workouts, you're training in the wrong zone. Your body needs time to adapt, to build those mitochondria that power your muscles, to strengthen your cardiovascular system gradually. Here's what easy training actually looks like. During your easy sessions, you should be able to talk in full sentences without gasping for air. Your heart rate should feel controlled, almost relaxed. This might feel counterintuitive because our culture tells us that exercise should hurt to be effective. But trust the process. Now for that 20% of hard training, this is where you really challenge yourself. These are your interval sessions, your tempo runs, your hill repeats. This is where you push your lactate threshold and train your body to handle higher intensities. But these sessions are strategic, not random suffering. Let's talk about building your weekly structure. As a beginner, you want to start with 3 to 4 training sessions per week. Any more than that and you risk injury or burnout. Any less and you won't see consistent progress. Here's a sample week that you can adapt to any endurance sport. Monday is your easy session, maybe 30 to 40 minutes at that conversational pace. Wednesday is your medium effort day, where you might add some gentle pickups or slightly longer duration. Friday is your hard day with structured intervals. Sunday is your long, slow session that gradually builds your aerobic base. Notice what's missing? Back-to-back hard days. Your body grows stronger during recovery, not during the workout itself. This is where most beginners completely mess up their training. The progressive overload principle is your best friend in endurance training. You don't jump from running 20 minutes to running 2 hours overnight. Instead, you gradually increase your training load by about 10% each week. Some weeks you increase duration, other weeks you might add a bit more intensity. Your body is incredibly smart at adapting, but it needs time and consistency. Think of it like learning a musical instrument. You don't expect to play complex pieces on day one. You practice scales, build finger strength, develop rhythm. Endurance training follows the same principle. Recovery deserves its own spotlight because it's where the actual magic happens. Sleep becomes non-negotiable when you're training consistently. Your body repairs muscle tissue, strengthens neural pathways, and adapts to training stress while you sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours every night. Nutrition doesn't have to be complicated for endurance training. Focus on whole foods, adequate carbohydrates for energy, sufficient protein for muscle repair, and healthy fats for sustained energy. Hydration becomes crucial as your training volume increases. Listen to your body's signals. Persistent fatigue, elevated resting heart rate, mood changes, or decreased motivation are all signs that you need to back off and recover. There's no shame in taking an extra rest day. There is shame in ignoring these signals and ending up injured or burned out. Cross-training is your secret weapon for staying healthy and motivated. Swimming, cycling, yoga, strength training can all complement your primary endurance sport. They work different muscle groups, reduce repetitive stress, and keep training interesting. Goal setting and endurance training should be process-focused, not just outcome-focused. Instead of only focusing on completing a marathon, set goals around consistency, like training 4 times per week for a month. Celebrate these process victories because they build the foundation for bigger achievements. Equipment matters, but not as much as you think. Proper shoes for running, a bike that fits correctly, or goggles that don't leak are important. But don't get caught up thinking you need the most expensive gear to succeed. Consistency and smart training beat fancy equipment every time. Track your progress, but don't obsess over it. Keep a simple log of your workouts, how you felt, and any patterns you notice. This data becomes incredibly valuable over time for understanding what works for your body. The mental side of endurance training is massive. Develop strategies for pushing through discomfort during hard sessions. Practice positive self-talk, visualization, and breaking longer sessions into smaller mental chunks. Most importantly, remember that endurance training is a journey, not a destination. Some days will feel amazing, others will feel challenging. That's completely normal and part of the process. Your endurance transformation starts with your very next workout. Apply these principles consistently, trust the process, and watch as your body adapts and grows stronger. If this helped clarify your training approach, let me know in the comments what endurance goals you're working toward. Subscribe for more training content that actually works, and I'll see you in the next video.